I'm Stephen Nance. Good to be with you. We do this webinar as part of our mission to increase the wealth and freedom for our clients, as well as our contacts out there that can gain tidbits from this. And today I'm joined by a very special guest, Tim McNeely, the one and the only. Tim McNeely from Dental Wealth Nation and everything else you do. Tim, how are you?
I am excellent tonight.
Excellent. So, Tim, I was just thinking about this. I feel like I know you pretty well, but I've only known you for about a year. And it started with Smiles at Sea last year. That was the first time we met in person. I think we had had a few conversations and discussions before that. But we had a lot of fun at Smiles at Sea. We hung out a lot together and our wives were with us, and that was a lot of fun. And then we connected again at Podfest in Florida. And then we got to hang out a little bit in Mexico in Tulum. So we've got to hang out a lot together in the last year. I'll tell you a couple things about Tim, and then I'll let him tell you guys about him. Well, first of all, personally, Tim is one that I feel like you connect with people at wherever they are, financially, socially, whatever kind of person or where they're at intellectually or whatever, you have a way of connecting where they're at. And I think that's a really cool skill that you have. And you've got some exciting things going on in the financial world. And you're also one that I see you as an ever learner. You're always you seem like you're always wanting to see what else is out there that you can help your clients with, and help the world out with what you do. So anyway, those are just my kind of spotlights on you. I'll let you introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about your background professionally, personally, and then we'll dive into kind of more what you do.
Yeah, thank you for those kind comments. And I got to tell you, it wasn't always that way, Steve. Life started off a little rough for me, and
Mm,
ultimately, I don't know that I should really be here having a conversation with you. I dealt with a lot of depression growing up, a lot of sadness, and the deep kind of depression, the kind where you just don't want to get out of bed in the morning, and sometimes you make a plan to not get out of bed. So it's
mm,
real dark stuff, and I share that story with you because the thing that changed it all for me, and the reason I am here talking with you today, is literally dentistry saved my life. I didn't have some
mm.
kind of clinical depression. Well, I did, but the cause was not what everyone thought it was. The cause was sleep apnea. And worked with a doctor, many of you know, Dr. Dar Radfar figured out I had
Yep.
sleep apnea, started treating that, and all of a sudden, all the crazy medications I was on, I didn't need anymore. And it's been 20 plus years now of just everything being so much better. And so that's just a little bit of my
Wow.
background and why I am so passionate about helping dentists out is because literally my life it changed dramatically by marrying a dentist that led me on this incredible path. And now
Yeah.
it's my mission to give back and to continue to spread those ripples, right? The impact of your choices. They can go further than you ever imagined.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that story. So you first connected with Dar 20 years ago and he helped you out with
It
your
was
sleep apnea?
probably no, I met my wife, 17, 18 years ago, and it was through starting to work in dentistry with her that finally led me to
Got it. Got it. Okay.
the
Yeah.
story was a little out of order, but
Oh, okay. No worries, but cool. So tell us what's the problem that you see in kind of the dental world or the overall business world. Before we dive into the solution, kind of tell us a little bit about the problems that you see that are out there.
so I would tell you the single biggest problem that I see dental entrepreneurs face is actually it's an advice problem. There's too much advice going,
Mm,
right? You walk into a conference and right, no disrespect to you or me, but it's like you got the CPA recommending something, you got the wealth manager recommending something, you got the asset protection people recommending something, you got the consultants recommending something. Do
yeah.
this, do that, do this, and no one is serving as the general contractor for
Mm,
the dentist. And they are pulled in so many different directions, listening to so many different voices with no overarching strategy. And that leads to confusion. It leads to planning that isn't done as well as it should be. It leads to right just that different advisors recommending different solutions and no one actually looking at how do all these things fit together. So it really is an advice problem and a coordination problem. And right, that creates all sorts of dangers in people's planning.
Yeah, when people are getting one advice from one professional and something different from another professional, how do you know who to believe and who to trust?
Exactly.
So how do you address that problem?
For me, right, because I face this in my life too, right? I mean, my wife and I faced it, right? As business owners, right? You have to make a lot of choices. And so for us, I wanted to study, what do the wealthy do? Like, what do the super rich do? And I've been fortunate enough to be part of a mastermind group where we actually own a research firm and we help underwrite research on the ultra wealthy. And the path that they follow is they build a family office. What's a family office? It's a coordinated team of some of the best individuals that help serve you and your mission. And you really have a general contractor, a wealth manager, someone running this family office, coordinating this team, making sure that all your advisors actually are on the same page and making sure everyone is running in the same direction. And there's 9 core drivers that we look at, and we can, and you mentioned in the intro, right? I love continually improving. That's what we want to do for you and your team, is we want to continually improve. And sometimes it's just a little tweak and changing the way, some of the team members are coordinating. Sometimes there's a complete failure and you got to replace professionals, but it's really built on you, and it's doing that assessment and continuing to upgrade the people around you.
Like I said, you are a smart guy and you're an ever learner. Without that kind of family office approach, I feel like you would still do what you can for your clients, but what ends up happening as a result of your approach for the client that's maybe a different result that they would have gotten without that approach that you take?
I love that question. So, what we typically see is there's cost reduction that can take place, right? You
Mm,
can lower what you're actually paying overall, because now we're doing some coordination. We're reviewing the planning that you have in place. We discover overlap a lot of times. There's the cost reduction that I just mentioned. And a lot of times we catch errors in your plan also. For my wife and I years ago, right? Imagine being with the person you love the most, sitting in a doctor's office waiting for that doctor to come in and tell your spouse or someone you love if they have a future in dentistry, right? What
mm,
would you be feeling at that moment? Would it be fear? Would it be confusion? Would it be worry? Or would it be calm and serenity and a sense of knowing it's going to be okay? Like, I have
mm.
no idea what would be going through your mind, but for my wife and I, when Dana and I were in that exact situation, we had peace, we had calm. And
Wow.
yes, we were worried about her health for sure, but we didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about the finances. And that's one of the greatest results, is when the unexpected comes, you don't have to sit with the people you love and say, "Oh my gosh, how are we going to pay for this thing? We had no idea what's going to happen." You can look at the person you love the most and look them in the eye and say, "I got this. How are you doing right now?" And so presence is another big thing, because when you have the plans, it gives you confidence that no matter what life throws at you, you're going to be okay. So I would tell you, it's confidence, peace of mind, cost reduction, and catching errors before they happen are some of the results that you get when you're able to build a family office.
That's great. So tell me about your focus in the financial planning world and what you do. Is it only dentists that you work with, or who else do you serve, or what kind of dentist? What where do you fit in to help people?
For me, my love is dentistry, right? I literally have a career in dentistry that I never would have imagined. And really, my main focus is the dental entrepreneur who's built something amazing. And they want to make sure that they're maximizing their lifetime of hard work. And when they exit, they do it right. So I'm a certified exit planning advisor, certified financial planner, certified investment manager analyst, and a certified plan fiduciary. So it really is taking a holistic look at where you are now, where you want to go, and then closing those gaps systematically so that your lifetime of hard work pays off and you're able to move on to the next chapter and have more impact than you ever thought.
You mentioned, closing those gaps, where you're at now, where you want to be. What are some of the common gaps that you see or solutions to closing those gaps?
Yeah. Great question. When it comes to wealth management, there's actually 5 key areas. And the first key area is investment consulting. And the truth is, most advisors do investment consulting. Some do it much better than others, but the investment piece, usually not a lot of gap there. Where are the gaps? Well, the gaps show up in what I call advanced planning. And
Mm,
in advanced planning, there's 4 key areas. First, you know this really, really well. It's wealth enhancement, Stephen. It's how do you get your tax bill down? How do you get your cash flow up? How do you take advantage of all the strategies that are out there? Because it's your job and responsibility, according to the code. Like you got to go find what works for you. The IRS doesn't tell you. You have to
Yep.
find it. So that's the first thing. Major gaps in being tax efficient with your wealth. Second major gap is protecting your assets from being unjustly taken. You've worked hard for everything you've done. Someone wants to typically take it. So how have you protected your assets through the proper use of insurance and umbrella policies? Like what do you have going on there? Major gap. Third
Mm.
major gap, wealth transfer, getting your money and your assets to the next generation and the people you care about. Lots of times that planning is just improper. It was done years ago. You've never updated your wills and trust. And then lastly, the fourth key advanced planning area is charitable gifting. There's a lots of gaps in terms of taking care of the organizations that matter to you and then tying it back into a holistic plan. And what's interesting, as I mentioned, 100% of advisors do investment consulting. The data is shocking when it comes to it proactively implementing advanced planning strategy. That number isn't 90%, it's not 70, it's not 60, it's not 50, it's 6.8% of advisors
Oh my gosh.
actively do advanced planning. That's less than 1 out of 10 advisors
Holy cow.
this on a proactive basis. And the reason is it takes a network. You have to have a team of professionals to do this.
Yeah.
I know tax well enough to say, okay, I think this would work, but let's go run it by Steven. Let's make sure these strategies are sound and are actually going to
Yeah.
for you, right? I don't want to be an expert in everything. No one can, but I serve as that general contractor of the house to really drive it forward. So those are the gaps I see are really in what I call the advanced planning, which are those four key areas.
Yeah. And it's great when we've had some of those discussions, and I look forward to doing more. So thank you very much, Tim. What is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
So call 818-534-4949. Check out the website at Tim McNeely, McNeely.com. That's 818-534-4949 or timmcneely.com. Shoot me a text, send me a message. Happy to chat, right? You can reach me anytime. And I'm here to serve you, here to help you. I may not be the right advisor, but I know the right people. Always happy to have a conversation and help you take your wealth farther.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
I've enjoyed it tremendously. Thank you, Stephen.